That's your weather check at 6 o'clock.
KATU's Weather on the Hour is brought to you by Teplic Laser Surgery Centers. Your vision for the future.
On World News Tonight this Thursday, the country gives thanks. But in prosperous times, why do so many people need help getting enough to eat? Stolen diamonds used to finance brutal wars, a new campaign to break the link. A law that bans commercials during the programs children watch. Is it a good idea? We'll take a closer look. And trying to increase the flock when the faithful are celibate. The Shakers struggle for survival.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. Sitting in tonight, Charles Gibson.
Good evening and happy Thanksgiving. And there is much to be thankful for. For more than 8 years now, the harvest has been bountiful. On this last Thanksgiving of the millennium, the nation is remarkably prosperous. But there are also real problems of poverty in many parts of the country. We start tonight with ABC's Kevin Newman.
Across America, this was a day to gather. Whether it was on the sunny sidewalks of Chicago to watch the parade, or marching in step as part of another one in Detroit, where the clowns got a little too close.
They got me right in the mouth. I'm like...
In New York, the rain and chill made huddling together a necessity. Thousands watched the annual Macy's parade amble past Times Square. Thousands more gathered inside to look through windows or on TV. But Thanksgiving is also a day for more intimate sharing. A Miami police officer providing turkey in a neighborhood where charity is rare and welcomed with disbelief. Or here in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. This is where families gathered in the only homes they have, government-supplied trailers. Their real homes were flooded in Hurricane Floyd 2 months ago, and they haven't been able to rebuild. Today, 60 volunteers worked an assembly line to cook more than 800 dinners for the residents of the place they now call Camp Floyd.
When we see the smiles, it means there is hope.
The plates are made of styrofoam and the cutlery made of plastic. But to Peggy Harrison and her 3 children, it's a reminder that people still care.
It means a lot of people coming out here helping.
As a nation, we are helping more, too. In 1995, when the stock market really took off, individuals gave $144 billion to charity. Last year, we shared more of our good fortune, a record $175 billion. Yet the gathering of family and friends can also be a reminder of difficult times. At the campus of Texas A&M, on a site where a 40-foot bonfire was to be lit tonight, students and alumni came to pay tribute to the 12 who lost their lives when the log structure collapsed. Amid flowers and symbols of remembrance, a feeling of community.
It just brings this university together. It's just a real family get-together for everybody.
Even here, the spirit of the day can be found. Kevin Newman, ABC News, New York.
Also in Texas today, the largest Thanksgiving meal in the country. 24,000 people ate free turkey dinners at the San Antonio Convention Center. The mass dinner for the elderly and poor is now a 20-year tradition. With the economy doing so well, Americans might be surprised at how many people in the country still need help getting enough to eat. A hunger relief group, America's Second Harvest, said today that nearly 4 million people are eating their turkey in shelters tonight. That's as many people as live in the city of Chicago. And many hungry people live in places where you wouldn't expect to find them, like just outside Chicago, in wealthy DuPage County. ABC's Jim Williams is there.
Affluence is easy to see in DuPage County. Costly homes everywhere, and a lot more on the way. But this is not so easy to see here.
Do you want a turkey? Yes. Okay.
Food pantries. Even in DuPage County, thousands of people need them to eat.
We have a stereotype of hunger. We think of it as an inner-city ghetto problem. In fact, that accounts for fewer than 10% of the cases of hunger. And it's in the suburbs where we're seeing more and more hunger.
More hunger because more people than ever are coming to places like DuPage County, lured by new jobs, good schools, and low crime.
But that high quality of life comes with a high price.
For some, DuPage County has proven to be so expensive that they cannot afford life's necessities. Often, the jobs they have come for are low-paying. Fran Conray works for minimum wage at a coffee shop. The divorced mother says she does make sacrifices, often going without phone service for months. And every 2 weeks, she and her 4 sons accept food from a pantry.
It's very hard to make everything stretch. It's almost impossible to feed them.
Experts say one way to help the suburban poor is to create more affordable housing. The average rent in DuPage County is $842, the highest in Illinois.
There's a lot of entry-level salaries that don't support someone renting an apartment at $842 a month. That's a big chunk.
Fran Conray pays even more to rent her apartment. Still, she will stay in DuPage County.
I would rather struggle and do what I have to do to give my kids the better environment and, the better schools and to feel safe.
Even if that struggle means accepting help just to eat. Jim Williams, ABC News, Lombard, Illinois.
When we come back, diamonds and war, a dangerous connection worth billions of dollars. And traces left by settlers even older than the Pilgrims, proving the archaeologists wrong.
This is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. Brought to you by Nicoderm CQ.
Okay, you're serious. You're quitting smoking and you're taking your best shot. So you should know what Nicoderm CQ has that the store brand patch doesn't. CQ gives you 3 steps to gradually reduce your dose. Store brands don't. CQ lets both heavy and light smokers step down. Store brands don't. And only CQ has the method preferred by doctors. Nicoderm CQ. The power to calm, the power to comfort, the power to help you quit.
The Spot Lifter is Bissell's Wash It Down, Lift It Up, Get On With Your Life, cordless deep cleaner. Life's messy. Clean it up.
Buying a car will never be the same because now you can check out any car you want and see how it stacks up to the competition whenever it's convenient for you. With our website, even when the showroom is closed, we're still open. GMBuyPower.com.
Overseas in northern China, more than 150 people are dead after a ferry caught fire and sank today. More than 100 are unaccounted for. The Coast Guard has rescued 3 Cuban refugees, including a 5-year-old boy who spent 2 days clinging to inner tubes after their boat sank on its way to Florida. 8 others died. 3 more are missing. And in Russia, Boris Yeltsin is sick. Again, his 10th serious illness in 3 years. He is expected to be off the job for a couple of weeks with a viral infection and acute bronchitis. There is a rather intense international effort going on right now to break the links between diamonds and guns, greed, and a number of nasty wars. A bill has just been introduced in Congress that would require diamonds sold in the U.S. to carry a certificate of origin indicating where they were mined. It's part of a campaign to use the power of consumer spending to bring peace to some of the poorest and most violent places on Earth. Here's ABC's John Martin.
The sound of diamonds. The sound of gunfire financed by diamonds. Some of Africa's worst violence in Angola, Congo, Sierra Leone, where hundreds of thousands have died or lost arms and legs. This turmoil has been financed in large part by stolen diamonds that end up in jewelry stores around the world.
We believe that consumers in America and elsewhere would be horrified to know that their gift of love has funded conflict.
The diamonds were used mainly to procure arms and ammunition from abroad and to pay the services of mercenaries.
Here's how it works. Armed groups have seized control of diamond deposits and mining operations from governments and companies that own them. Then they transport the diamonds to nearby nations, where they are flown to Europe and the Middle East. Sometimes they are exchanged for weapons. Diamond traders have bought $3 to $4 billion worth and put them on the world market. Now, a group of Western nations wants to squeeze out the illicit traffic.
We want to make sure that the legitimate trade isn't unfairly affected, but we want to put a stop to the illegal diamond trade.
All they've done so far is to offer financial help to persuade African countries to crack down on illegal transport of diamonds and weapons. Some activists say it would be more effective if governments and consumers pressured the big diamond dealers to stop buying illicit gems. The biggest dealer, De Beers, boasts it controls the vast majority of the world's supply. But when it comes to illicit trading,
we really are not in a position to police the whole industry and indeed all the countries that are involved in the industry.
The proposed measure in Congress would require certificates showing where the diamonds are mined. For the future, engineers are trying to perfect a way of using lasers to label the point of origin.
even so, there is so much money at stake, it won't be easy to stop rebels who have used the beauty and value of diamonds to create misery and death in Africa. John Martin, ABC News, Washington.
When we come back, the advertisers, one country that forbids TV commercials for children. We'll take a closer look.
Did you see that? That had to be the play of the century.
So you don't think it's a big deal to put up with diarrhea when you're at home?
Ooh, too bad you missed out on our $50,000 grand prize.
Pizza! But you already know if you take Imodium AD right away, you can stop the discomfort of diarrhea quickly and safely, often with just one dose.
It's the greatest play I've ever...
Pizza! So, one question. What are you waiting for?
Let's take a look at it one last time.
Who would you like to call?
Frank?
The Samsung digital wireless phone featuring internet access and voice-activated dialing. Flip the phone, shout the name, and Samsung dials the number. Samsung Digital. Everyone's invited.
Oatmeal lovers? Vegas. If you have a passion for moist, chewy oatmeal and satisfying chunks of real fruit, then say I do to new Nutri-Grain Fruitful Squares. Fill up and you're good to go.
There's my husband, Nolan Ryan, still throwing heat. Can you believe he's got arthritis? You see, Nolan's doctor says the best way to control arthritis pain is to keep moving. And to make it easier, he recommends Advil. Nothing's been proven stronger on arthritis pain, yet it's gentle on his stomach. In fact, I take Advil for my arthritis pain. That way, we can exercise together.
Advil. Stronger than pain.
Did you see this? That's very interesting.
Yeah, look at that one.
Mm-hmm, looks good.
What about that one?
That's a good one.
So, what do you think?
Let's eat them.
Hershey's Pot of Gold. Not a bad one in the box.
We have been taking a closer look at advertising this week, looking at how important this dynamic business has become. Tonight it is advertising and children. A recent study by the Kaiser Family Foundation found that the average American child watches television 2 hours, 45 minutes every day. Parents often worry about the negative impact of all that television, particularly the commercials. So we go tonight to Sweden, where officials have a solution for parents. Here's ABC's Richard Gisbert.
It gets dark early in Stockholm these days, which means more TV time for Swedish children. Like American kids, they watch children's programs on commercial TV, except there are no commercials.
Children, they don't need all these commercials. They don't need all these things. And they certainly don't need to be exposed to it at that age.
Sweden bans advertising during kids' programs, and it forbids any ad designed to appeal to children under 12, no matter what time it airs.
The law is based on the belief that most young children don't always know what they're looking at on TV. Often they can't tell the difference between news and this.
Why not give them their own desktop PC?
Advertising between someone who's trying to sell them something,
computer skills,
and someone who's trying to inform or educate them.
At a special office where they enforced the law, they ruled that this cereal commercial is illegal because of its animated characters, its childlike narration, and simple storyline.
All these things together, the aim is to catch the attention of smaller children.
The law has forced some advertisers to change their sales pitch. McDonald's can't use Ronald McDonald here, so it sells itself as a family restaurant. Others try to work around the ban by using Swedish broadcasters based in London to beam commercials in by satellite, all because of a law that advertisers say is bad for business.
If we are not able to communicate with the consumers, why should we then develop new, better products?
And when they accuse the government of censorship, the government pleads guilty as charged.
When it comes to advertising directed towards children, we have no problems when it comes to censorship. The children have a more free will, I think, because if you don't push them into something or show them all the time what they should play with, then they find out all by themselves.
In Sweden, the policy on commercials for kids is just say no. Richard Gisbert, ABC News, Stockholm.
Tomorrow, we'll look at how the advertising industry evolved from straightforward selling to a high-stakes, glamorous business. When we return, solving an historical puzzle, the mystery of Jamestown.
Wind Tunnel by Hoover is here. It's breakthrough technology.
Nobody's got the power to please me.
And tests show it picks up more dirt than any other clean air upright.
Hoover, nobody
Wind Tunnel by Hoover.
does it like you.
I was ashamed of it.
For millions,
I'd actually have to hide.
gas can be a serious problem, but Phazyme starts to work on contact. To relieve gas, Phazyme Fast.
Phazyme. It works just like that.
Relieve gas, Phazyme Fast.
Are we going to have a good time tonight?
Bye, Dad. Thanks for jumping in and watching Tyler.
Bye, Mommy, Mommy, Mommy. There he goes.
If you knew you were going to be a babysitter today...
Oh, glad it wasn't my teeth.
You would have made sure you used Fixodent.
Come here. Oh, what do you do?
Hey, smart move. You did use Fixodent. So now you're ready.
I gotta wait.
For just about anything. For an even better fit. Fixodent and forget it.
We're picking up our CEO.
Fortunately, the company cars have OnStar.
We swerved off the road and boom, the airbags go off.
There was a deer.
I never saw it.
Seconds later, an OnStar advisor calls and says, I just got a signal. Your airbags went off. Should I send an ambulance?
We were fine, but she called for a tow truck and a limo.
Good thing I called OnStar.
OnStar called us.
Oh, right.
The one-touch connection to people who can help.
OnStar.
Call 1-800-OnStar-7.
A significant discovery in eye health may be lutein, a nutrient found in these healthy foods, perhaps as vital to your eyes as the beta-carotene in carrots. And now, Centrum and Centrum Silver are the only leading multivitamins that have lutein. So whatever your age, you can help maintain your precious sight. Look into Centrum and Centrum Silver, now more complete with lutein. Also look for Centrum Herbals, the only herbals backed by Centrum Science.
A couple of historical notes this Thanksgiving. In the Netherlands, the remnants of a church where the Pilgrims worshiped for 10 years before setting off for America will be torn down. The Dutch want to build a discotheque. And in Plymouth, England, where the Pilgrims set sail, a new plaque that used to list only the men who sailed on the Mayflower will now list women and children as well. The Pilgrims had the first Thanksgiving dinner, but of course they weren't the first permanent European settlement in America. That was the English who came to Jamestown in 1607. On Science Watch tonight, what archaeologists are learning about that Jamestown settlement. ABC's Barry Seraphin reports there's new scientific interest in it.
Jamestown began in 1607 with a fort. This is only a replica.
Until a few years ago, most people believed the fort and even the land it was on had been washed away by the James River. But archaeologist Bill Kelso challenged the conventional wisdom.
I thought, I have to know, one way or the other. If I didn't, it would drive me crazy the end of my life.
Kelso stunned fellow archaeologists when he found that the site of the Jamestown fort still existed.
Well, this discovery has proven an entire generation of archaeologists that they were wrong.
Aside from a few bricks, the only traces left are stains in the soil. But they show where walls and buildings stood nearly 400 years ago. The fort was a triangular structure with one wall running through the spot where a church was later built. Only one corner of the site was washed away by the river. Just outside the walls, Kelso and his team have found a cellar.
What this served is anyone's guess, a living quarter. There was a reference to a dungeon.
The Jamestown Rediscovery Project also has uncovered an astonishing 300,000 artifacts. Pottery brought here from throughout Europe. Silver hairpins, weapons, tools, coins, and much more. Along with the vast array of artifacts, the excavation has produced mysteries. Right here, inside the walls of the fort, the rediscovery team found a skeleton. The bones are those of a young man. The cause of death, a musket ball in the leg.
He would have bled to death within 5 minutes because it would have severed the arteries.
Ballistics tests showed that the shot was fired at close range. Researchers have labeled the unknown victim JR-102C. So the question is,
who shot JR?
And there are other questions. A forensic artist has reconstructed what JR looked like, but who was he? A forensic anthropologist has studied the bones and teeth.
He's a teenager. He's probably somewhere in the range of maybe 17 to 19 years.
While trying to solve such puzzles, archaeologists continue to carefully uncover the site they call the birthplace of the nation.
This site will clearly go down in the annals of archaeology as one of the great digs, certainly in the 20th century.
And it will continue well into the 21st century. Most of the fort has yet to be unearthed, and that is expected to take another 35 years. Barry Seraphin, ABC News, Jamestown, Virginia.
And when we come back, trying to keep things going when the flock is down to 7.
Is ready while the table's loaded with the choicest fruits.
Genuine Bear Gel Caps, the only gel cap that can help save your life. Bear Gel Caps, powerful pain relief, and so much more.
Oatmeal lovers, book a chapel in Vegas. If you have a passion for moist, chewy oatmeal and satisfying chunks of real fruit, then say I do to new Nutri-Grain Fruitful Squares. Fill up and you're good to go.
When it comes to traditional luxury, it's anything but more of the same. Introducing the all-new 2000 Bonneville. When supercharged, it's one of the world's most powerful sports sedans. More luxury. More attitude. The all-new 2000 Bonneville by Pontiac.
I may look young, but I still suffer from hot flashes. I discovered a natural way to deal with it. New Healthy Woman from the makers of Monistat. Healthy Woman's a soy menopause supplement that helps relieve hot flashes in a natural way. New Healthy Woman.
Don't I look good? Yeah, but can you help A&M stop Texas quarterback Major Applewhite?
Hook 'em horns! Now where are we going?
Husker power!
Sounds like Nebraska, Colorado.
The Huskers are in the national title hunt.
Town Hall is the talk of the town. Named Best Public Affairs Program with K2 News anchor John Marler. No one connects you to the local issues better than Town Hall. Still the original. Still the most honored. Still the talk of the town.
Finally this evening, in the state of Maine, one of the country's oldest religious communities is giving thanks today. At the same time, they are struggling for survival. The Shakers came here from England in the 1770s and thrived. Since then, their numbers have dwindled. ABC's Morton Dean has paid a visit to the world's only remaining Shaker community, where the basic motto is still hands to work, hearts to God.
We ask for your blessings to be upon this little community of believers, to bind us up as a heart of one.
It is a little community of believers, just 3 men and just 3 women. A 4th woman is in a nursing home. A little community.
We don't sit around and worry about it, but we pray about it. We pray every single morning for an increase in zeal, in faith, and in numbers.
The United Society of Believers in Christ's Second Appearing, the Shakers, call their last active community Chosen Land, a simple communal existence. Their own animals, their own crops. The Shaker lifestyle and history have long generated a lot of curiosity.
Now, the next building, this large white building...
But few converts. And the problem is that only with converts can the faith survive.
In following the life of Jesus, the Shakers do not marry. They are a celibate religious order.
That religious order began 250 years ago. They were first called Shakers because of their practice then of frenzied whirling movements during prayer. But mention the name Shaker now, and most people think of furniture, especially those famous old Shaker chairs.
Sister Mildred said, I don't want to be remembered as a chair.
They would prefer to be known for the depth of their devotion, not for any of the products they used to make, and not for their many inventions. The Shakers no longer benefit from most products labeled Shaker.
Nay, not at
Just
all.
somebody using the Shaker name.
That's right. It's in the public domain.
There are exceptions. A limited number of classic oval-shaped boxes are still Shaker made. Herbs still our profitable business. And now there are Shaker CDs, even concerts. Their voices join with those of a professional singing group.
Singing is a part of our religion. Remember the psalmist, make a joyful noise before the Lord? We've done that all the time.
If it shall come to pass that there are no more Shaker voices to be raised in prayer or in song, was their journey worth it? Oh, yes, the Shakers say, but they are convinced the journey will not end.
I think there are so many people in the world who are fed up with materialism, who have tried everything and still have not found what they're looking for.
You think they might find it
I
here?
think they might.
Morton Dean, ABC News, Sabbath Day Lake, Maine.
And that is our report on World News Tonight. Later on Nightline, a Thanksgiving food bank like no other. It turns lives around. We hope you are having a good Thanksgiving. For all of us at ABC News, I'm Charles Gibson. Have a good evening and good night.
From ABC News, tomorrow. Big-time shopping, big-time spending. But are Americans hitting the malls or hitting their mouse? Then, World News Tonight takes a closer look at e-tailing versus retailing. Is the future of holiday shopping really just one click away? Watch World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. This has been a presentation of ABC News. More Americans get their news from